Sometimes there's a mystery detectives cannot solve. Their problems only multiply, solutions just evolve. And then comes the great divide that splits things all apart. Then you need the master, a man with math and heart. He's Abacus the Great, he'll clear up all suspicion. He'll distribute, regroup, solve for X, cause he's a math magician. Add, subtract, multiply, divide, all things which he excels. Polygons, fractions, a man of many spells. The steps are simple, one by one, the numbers infinite. For help in math, both big and small, call Abacus the Great!
Hey, Helix. What's up?
My friends are being kind of mean to me.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Well, what's going on?
They were trying to figure out what to add to 5 to get 9. I tried to tell them about the relationship between addition and subtraction, and they got mad at me.
I'm sorry to hear that, Helix. You are right, though.
I know. Look at me add. Isn't it neat? Wouldn't you think that my math is complete? Wouldn't you think I'm Helix? And Helix knows everything. Multiplication, isn't it hard? If I know it, then I can go far. Looking at me, you must think he knows everything. I can add with all of my besties. I can multiply even more. You want 13 add 7? Well, that's 20. But you can't. No big deal. There's so much more. You need to know about fact families. The relationship between add and subtracting, multiplying and, what's the word again? Dividing. Just multiplying, you don't get too far. Division's required to know the answers. Adding, subtracting, multiplying, dividing. Fact families, you need to know. You need to know the relationship. Subtract, multiply, divide. Fact family.
Sorry this was a hard time for you, Helix, but let's go ahead and turn this into a positive. Let's use it as a learning moment for everybody while we talk about fact families today.
Now, to understand fact families, you first have to truly understand what a math fact is. Now, if you haven't already, you will at some point in time see a sheet like this one. These are typically a timed test to get to you to be able to answer upwards of 100 questions between 3 and 5 minutes, depending on the test that's given and your level. Now, why is this timing so important? You would think that as long as I can get to 9 plus 3, 10, 11, 12 is 12, it doesn't matter how fast I get there, which in part you are correct. But when we start adding things like 999 plus 333, the faster that we know that 9 plus 3 is 12, the easier those problems are going to be for us. This is where fact families are important. So facts and families, let's take a look at this. Again, we've got 5 and 3. Well, 5 and 3, the faster that I know that that's 8, the easier things will be. 7 and 2 is 5. 6 times 4 is 24, and 36 divided by 9 is 4. These are all math facts. Addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division have facts. Now, these facts can be grouped into families. I usually like to represent it as a triangle. I've seen it done at circles. Either way works. So let's just start off with the basic addition fact. If I have 3 plus 2. Now we know that 3 plus 2 equals 5. So I can now fill in my fact family triangle here. 3 and 2 equal 5. Now why is this triangle important to us? Now remember our commutative property. If 3 plus 2 equals 5, this also tells us that 2 plus 3 equals 5. Now, addition and subtraction are in the same family. I know that sounds weird because one, you're giving more to it, the other, you're taking it away. But look at your triangle there. 3 plus 2 equals 5. 2 plus 3 equals 5. Well, opposite of that, 5 subtract 3 equals 2. And also, 5 subtract 2 equals 3. This is your completed family for 3, 2, and 5. 3 plus 2 equals 5. 2 plus 3 equals 5. 5 subtract 2 equals 3. And 5 subtract 3 equals 2. Okay, let's take a look at one more for addition and subtraction. Let's do 6 add 4. Now this is a 10, and 10s should hopefully be something that you memorize fairly quickly. 6 add 4 is 10. So to fill in our triangle here, we would have 6, 4, and 10. Because 6 plus 4 equals 10. Commutative property also tells us 4 plus 6 equals 10. Now if we take the opposite of that to complete our family, 10 subtract 6 is going to equal 4. As well as 10 subtract 4 will equal 6. So addition and subtraction are in the same family. They're simply opposites of each other. If you know that 6 and 4 equals 10, then you also know that 10 take away 6 is going to give us that 4. These fact families also work with multiplication and division. Let's think of 3 multiply 2. That equals 6. So in my triangle here, I'm going to fill in my 3, I'm going to fill in my 2, and I'm going to fill in my 6. My answer, whether it be a sum or a product, is always going to be on the top there. For the beginning, for addition and for multiplication. Obviously, when we get to subtraction and division, your larger number is going to be on top. So if we have 3 times 2 equals 6, commutative property tells us that a member of this family would also be 2 times 3 equals 6. This also tells us, because multiplication and division are in the same family, just opposites, this tells us that 6 divided by 3 is going to equal 2. And 6 divided by 2 is going to equal 3. All right, let's take a look at one more multiplication and division family. let's this time start with the division. Let's do 18 divided by 6. So here we have 18 is going to be my top, my larger number that I'm going to break into groups. If I break it into groups of 6, now let me represent for you why fact families are so important. I can't skip count by 6, let's say. But I do have my facts memorized. I don't know 18 divided by 6, but I do know that 6 multiplied 3 is 18. So that tells me that 18 divided by 6 equals 3. And I know this because 6 times 3 equals 18. This also tells us that 18 divided by 3 is 6, as well as giving us our two multiplication facts of 6 multiply 3 is 18, as well as 3 multiply 6 is also 18. Now let's take a look at the fact family that Helix brought up with his little problem with his friends. His friends were trying to figure out what you have to add to 5 to make it 9. So this gives us an algebraic expression. 5 plus something equals 9. This also tells us that something add 5 is going to equal 9. And to complete this family with our blank, with our variable there, we can also have 9 subtract 5 equals that variable or that unknown, or 9 subtract that unknown is going to equal 5. Now we just need to represent this family then as our 1 here, which has my unknown as the answer. 9 take away 5. And again, if we've got these facts memorized, this is going to go a lot quicker. 9 take away 5 is 4. So to answer his friend's question then, what do I have to add to 5 to make it 9? I have to add 4 to that. 5 add 4 is 9. 4 add 5 is 9. 9 take away 5 is 4. Or 9 take away 4 is 5. So that is the long and the short and the basics of fact families, understanding that relationship between addition and subtraction and between multiplication and division. They are the same, just opposite. Let's take it away to our student question of the week.
So if Ava buys 2 packs of pencils each month that has 20 pencils in it, how many does she buy in 5 months? So, yeah.
It's an excellent question there, Braylon. If Ava buys 2 packs of pencils each month that have 20 pencils in it, how many does she buy in 5 months? So this is a 2-step problem. First off, she's buying 2 packs of pencils that have 20 pencils each. So we are going to do 20 multiply 2. 0 multiply 2 is 0. 20 multiply 2, or 2 multiply 2, is 4. So 20 multiply 2 is 40. She is buying 40 pencils in a month. Now we want to know how many she buys in 5 months. So I'm going to take that 40 that she buys in 1 month, and I'm going to multiply that by the 5 months. So 40 multiply 5, 0 times 5 is 0. 4 times 5 gives me that 20. This tells me that she gets 200 pencils in that 5-month time frame. Thank you, Braylon, for that question. Let's go ahead and take it to our magic trick now.
All right, we got a magic trick coming at you here, but I do need your participation, so get your mathemagical brains ready. First thing I need you to do is I need you to pick a number from 1 to 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9. Pick a number 1 to 9. You got it? Now I want you to take that number and I want you to multiply it by 3. This is where your math facts come into play. Take your number that you chose, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9, and I need you to multiply it by 3. Now I want you to add to that 15. So whatever your answer was after you multiplied, I want you to add 15 to that. You got it? You ready? So you've taken a number from 1 to 9, you've multiplied it by 3, you've added 15. Now I need you to divide that answer by 3. So you've taken that number you chose from 1 to 9, multiplied it by 3. You've added 15. Now you're dividing by 3. The last thing I need you to do is to subtract your original number. So you picked a number from 1 to 9. You need to subtract that number. You got your answer? So do I. It's 5. That's it for this week, apprentices. Until next time, as always, make sure your math is magical. Hey guys, if you guys like what you're seeing, make sure you let me know by hitting that like button down below. If you want to keep up to date on all of the new episodes of Abacus the Great coming out, be sure to click subscribe. Remember, there's several different ways that you can get in touch with me. You can either email abacusthegreat2020@gmail.com. You can leave comments just down below on the video, or you can go to flipgrid.com/abacusthegreat and record your very own video that could end up on the next episode of Abacus. Math is magical, guys. We'll see you next time.